Ow!
That
must have hurt.
That is a nice note to open the part on. Just Joel getting shot in the ass.
No, I love the subtitle. That must have hurt from getting shot? No!
Yeah, it was a taunt. It was a taunt. He's like, oh, that must have hurt.
No, it didn't.
It's just throughout this entire section, you hear the sniper just taunting you the whole way.
Yeah, he never shuts up either. All the more incentive to just get the hell over there and shut him up.
Where did that guy come from?
Are you the sniper?
Oh, you see, the sniper knew that you were hiding in the house, so one of the guys went in after you. That's what he was saying a couple seconds ago. Go ahead, hide in that house. See if it does you any good.
Protects me from the sniper shots.
I'm going to make a confession at this point. I've somewhat cheated my way through this commentary. I didn't have time to play the game through over the last week, so I watched it instead.
Okay, question. How does it take any more time to play the game than to just watch an LP?
Because an LP can make jump cuts through stealth sections, and that shortens things immensely.
Oh.
Well,
true.
And edit out screw-ups.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if you're doing it the right way, don't you know that real LPers don't edit out anything and leave in all of their deaths and have a face cam so that you can see the corner of their screen the entire time just be covered up by someone's unemotive face?
The only time I've ever seen that as being worth anything was when Gaming Goose did it.
Or if it's a horror game, potentially, but...
Well, I've never watched any horror game LPs, to be honest. Well, apart from ours, but those don't count.
Well, those can be interesting because you can see people, like, really...
Yeah, reacting to things.
Yeah.
It's a little less worth it if it's not blind, though.
Yeah.
I gotta say, though, human opponents are pretty tough compared to other shooter games where... You know, it could be because I'm spoiled by the arcade setting of some FPSs or third-person shooters, but you know, when I shoot someone with a shotgun at point-blank range, I'm expecting it to be an instant kill.
Well, that's generally how it would be in real life, you know? If you don't kill someone shooting at them point-blank from a shotgun, you know they're going to be falling over, writhing in pain.
Here's the thing, though. If you do get a direct point-blank shot with a shotgun, it is instant kill.
Yeah, but this game seems to really be strict on how centered your reticle has to be. If you're just slightly off, say like 50% of the reticle is on the guy's shoulder more than his chest, it's not killing him, even if it's at point-blank.
Yeah, he gets hit by the scatter, but he doesn't get, blown to pieces or anything.
Yeah.
Well, still, even getting hit by the scatter of a shotgun hurts. A lot.
Yeah, they all react to it. They all react to it as if they just burn themselves in the oven.
Well, they're trying to be realistic, not 100% succeeding, but I do applaud the effort. There are actually a couple of other games that treat shooter combat like this. I think I remember hearing about one game where it was absurdly easy to die, specifically because of that. But I forget what it was called. I think it was also another survival situation, though.
Well, I think that's just part of the realism, part of why I've never really been all for realism in video games, because, if video games were truly realistic, you get shot by one bullet, even if it's just your leg. Oh, looks like you can't walk for the next 6 weeks. Have fun in a cast, sitting around, doing nothing.
Yeah, there's a definite uncanny valley there. Oh. You're standing at the window, sniper misses you by an inch. You don't even move.
Doop 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 doop. Don't care.
I get him, didn't I?
No, I'm just thinking about just Joel casually shooting a bow and arrow while there's a sniper right there. He can't do shit to you right now.
They can't bankroll the damn.
I'll tell you this, no matter what video game you're playing, snipers are always the most realistic. If they hit you, you're probably going to die.
Goddamn spawn campers.
I see you, you're not fooling anybody.
I think we're just about at the end of the summer section, right?
Yes.
Pretty close, yeah.
Yeah, this is the last section. I think we're going to have one more area of infected before we call it before we call it a season.
Yeah, I think
If
the
you remember.
first season is the longest compared to
The
the
first
other
season
ones.
is definitely the longest. We're about at the halfway point in the playthrough.
Still in
Counting
summer, yeah.
Yeah.
counting Left Behind, mind you, and we're still in summer. After this, we're going to have fall, which is actually a pretty interesting
Which
story
happens
point.
after summer, and then I think after fall is winter. Now, don't
Yeah,
quote me on
winter's
that. Don't quote me
winter
on that.
is.
And then they skipped spring altogether and went straight into summer.
No, if you're in up here in the north, you don't have spring or fall. It's pre-winter, winter, and post-winter.
And construction.
And construction. Exactly.
Winter is potentially the shortest season in the game because it's one episode, one particular adventure that happens during the winter, because reasons, and then they transition into spring again, because
We'll get
stuff.
into it.
So winter
Because,
sucks.
well,
Like,
you see,
it's
season
cold.
3 didn't do all that well in the ratings, so for season 4 they only approved of half of a season, and they're going to see how well it worked from there. Before
And
Honest-
then
honestly-
there was a writer's strike, and
yeah, we had a lot of reality shows. It was kind of awful, actually.
Well, to be fair, part of the winter season actually gets told in Left Behind, because stuff happens and there's a flashback to the past and the present and the stuff that takes place during the transition between fall and winter. It's pretty. Actually, kind of wish that section had been in the main game, but whatever.
I'm actually now it's just you're talking about a winter episode. I'm imagining a Christmas mod for The Last of Us where it's the same exact game, only there's always snow on the ground, and Joel has a Santa hat on.
And Ellie's the elf.
Ellie's the elf. And there has to be realistic bobble physics for the little pom pom thing on the end. It's sort of like jingles and jangles as you walk around. And there has to be Christmas music, so we can hear those sleigh bells ringling, ting ting tingling too.
oh, that's gotta hurt, fucker.
Actually, depending on how much adrenaline he had pumping through his body at the time, he might actually not have felt much. Oh, here we are, the final
Here's the
section.
thing, though, Ryan. When you got to the sniper's house for the first time, did you think the colorful beads hanging on the wall would give your position away?
Potentially, yeah. It's like, this isn't Mardi Gras.
Hey, Bob, what are you doing? You're shooting the wrong people. Bob!
I'm not Bob.
I'm not Bob.
Oh God, John, stop that! Seriously, you don't know how hard it is to repress that shit, man.
Guys, help! I've been infected. I can't stop shooting you.
Oops, sorry, Jim.
Wow, this fungus is highly accurate.
That must have hurt.
Yeah, he starts taunting everybody else. It's addictive.
Can you shoot Ellie?
I don't think there's friendly fire for this. I never tried though, so
I was like to say I wouldn't try.
No, I'd try.
Well, now we know what kind of player you are.
All these people were just mercilessly slaughtering on our way across the country. It's beautiful. We're painting the world red.
Well, to be fair, they came after us first. So.
Yes, I know.
and they're
Oh, so
jerks.
okay, so not guilty by virtue of he started it.
Well, this is a moral dilemma that basically rules the entire winter season of the game, as we'll see.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, got shot twice in the arm. Whatever, man.
That's how you kill someone, Henry. Take notes.
Well, like I said about adrenaline, though, in the heat of battle, it's possible that you could get shot a couple times and barely notice it until after, depending on where you got hit.
Ryan, I don't think you're doing much of anything at the moment.
No, it's perfect. He's trying to get a sniper bullet right inside the main cannon, so that it hits the eye, whoever's looking through the cannon. Where Soul told me, what was it, GoldenEye?
Yeah.
Or did you try to pop the tires on the truck?
No, I'm shooting some guys.
No, earlier you shot right at the tires. Were you thinking that it would pop them and then the truck wouldn't be able to drive? Because if this were, because if that would work, that would actually be a really smart idea. Although I don't know if they have that programmed in though.
I love how no one is shooting toward the sniper roost at all.
No, they
It's
just
like
think that Bob is really, really pissed.
It's like, at this point, you'd think they would at least spray it with some suppressing fire from the tank. Oh, this is the same armored vehicle from before.
Yeah.
Yeah. And now it's time for revenge.
You trying to shoot through the slot in the window?
Yeah.
I don't think there's a way you can do that. Yeah.
Oh, the Molotov cocktail fell back into it.
Because I shot him.
Oh man, is
No,
is that the only one?
That's what
Is
you're
that-
supposed to do.
That's
yeah.
the way you're supposed to do it. And not only was that so awesome, it was so awesome that the Molotov actually boomeranged back to the guy and fell inside the armored vehicle.
Boomerang back to him, clunked him on the head, fell into the tank, and exploded.
You know, I could totally kill all three of you right now.
We should move.
Sam!
Oh,
Suddenly
suddenly the
infected.
infected.
Well, it was pretty noisy.
Yeah.
I just love the way the infected came in. He's just like, "Hey guys, ah!"
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. Let me guess. One of them got bit.
What do you think?
No points for guessing who.
I think that there's a 97% possibility that they got hit. That they got bit.
Yeah, but guess which one.
The kid, the little kid.
Well, it's clearly not Ellie. He's one of the main characters. So.
No points.
Well,
then-
Ellie could get bit, but it wouldn't do much.
Yeah.
Oh, it
It
hurt.
just, it just hurt, yeah.
It never stops. There's
Better
always
whip-
more trouble.
Oh, better whip out the RPG.
John,
hand
now
cannon.
is not the time to play Final Fantasy VI.
No, I was... Not that RPG, you fucking tool.
Anybody hurt? No, we're good. I think it's time we quit this place. Come on. Let's go.
The kid conspicuously does not answer the question.
Now, Ellie might not be the only one who is immune, but she's just the only one we know about, right?
Yep.
Right.
Yes.
Okay.
And by the end of the game, she will also be the only one we know about.
Okay.
That's all he wanted to do is just rent 2 Harleys and drive cross country.
Oh, here we are. Ellie hanging out with the boys in their man cave.
Bonding.
Talking about their motorcycles and their first-person shooter games.
What was it like?
Well, you know what happens whenever the minor characters bond with the main ones.
They die 5 minutes later.
Pretty much.
Come on, man, give me details. Describe it.
You know what?
I do like these guys,
Deserve a
though.
little privacy.
I was sad to see them go. It was a bad note to end the summer on.
You get on that bad boy, you feel that engine? Nothing like it.
Well, more so Henry than Sam. Sam kind of really didn't do anything.
Sam's the younger one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, he was just kind of a hanger-on the entire time. You didn't really get an awful lot of character development from
He
what I
wasn't.
saw.
He got character development in the sense that he wasn't really allowed to do anything, and that bugged him. He was just he was the helpless kid who had to go along with everything because the situation demanded it.
And in a way that ultimately proved to be the downfall.
Mm-hmm.
Explaining it to Sam.
Explaining it to Sam. That's something you'll never have to worry about.
Those two have officially bonded.
Those two have officially bonded. Don't say that, Ellie. You're just writing Henry off right now.
Taking stock of all the food we found today.
I see. And how are we doing on canned peaches?
Well, there's good news. The canned peaches survived the summer.
Did Henry send you?
No?
Well, maybe they don't. Maybe they get eaten before the transition ends. Who knows?
Fucking up somehow.
I'd say we all did pretty good back there. Especially you.
I don't know. You and Sam didn't do much of anything, Ellie.
I gotta say, you made for a great meat shield.
Yeah.
Everything alright?
Ellie, on the other hand, does do quite a bit in this game. Not so much during the summer, but during the next 3 seasons.
Yeah.
Well,
I always hate when people say that. Season 1 isn't that good, but just wait till Season 5, man. Then the show really kicks off.
Is Ellie a television program now? Well, it's more to do that. It's more to do with the fact that during the summer, Joel hadn't trusted her with quite as much. At this point, she has a gun for emergencies only. by the time they roll around to fall, they've been traveling together long enough that Joel trusts her with more in general.
I'm scared of ending up alone.
And then, of course, there's Winter.
What we're seeing here, though,
is
is the result of two different types of, for lack of a better word, parenting.
Yeah.
You know, Joel obviously had no trust towards Ellie in the beginning, and though he's still pretty on and off with her at this point in time, he at least realizes the fact in a world like this that Ellie needs to be trained to defend herself. Henry, on the other hand, is more of the wholesome type, and, you know, still believes in the innocence of a child, but in this kind of world where it's dog eat dog.
Well, that's the difference between being an adult when this happened versus a 5-year-old when this happened.
Yeah.
Like in heaven.
Unfortunately.
Do you think that's true?
Joel, of course, is just practical to a fault.
I mean, I'd like to.
Here we are. The, faith question.
I guess not.
It would be comforting to think that something good happened to all those people who got infected after they died.
Serious talk. I almost forgot.
Of course, if you're paying attention, the thing that prompted this discussion was, of course, the kid getting bitten.
We could all see it coming, yeah.
Kind of wish Ellie would catch on to that, but yeah, you can't expect people on that side of the fourth wall to be genre savvy. Yep. But the real issue is, he was so pissed off by everything, he didn't tell anyone.
Hero, good morning. And a very good morning to you, Excalibur. Now let us begin another great day, shall we? This day will never come again, so we should spend it together. Let's enjoy.
Mood shot. Christ. The hell?
Also voiced by Troy Baker.
I'm sure the morning is going to be great.